Hey, welcome to another episode of Motorhead Garage. You know, Sam, when you have to do fabrication work, the old days, what were you doing? Cutting a piece of metal out with a hacksaw or a bandsaw and
die grinder, whiz wheel, anything you can get
files,
your hands on.
whatever. Well, let me tell you, today it's totally changed because now you can make pieces the easy way, and that is with a plasma cutter.
That's right. And what we have here is the Tracker ProTable, and this is Tracker Ken, who's been doing this for 20 years. If you got a metalworking shop, you need to have one of these.
It's come to that now. They're affordable enough that everybody needs one, and you just can't grind on a part anymore. You can grind on a part all day, and it looks like you ground on it all day.
That's right.
Well, what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to show you how to make these parts right now. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to get another project ready.
All right. So what we're doing right now is we're cutting an exhaust manifold flange. What we've got here is a couple of 3/8-inch thick steel exhaust manifold flanges or header flanges. Now this is from Borla Exhaust, and this was cut on a very expensive either a water jet or a laser. Nice job, but here's the identical piece cut out of 3/8 steel on the Tracker. This is not something that Ken had to design. They already had to design to send it to you in a format. And what kind of format was that?
This is DXF. It's probably designed in SolidWorks. So we can work with any software program. Anything you can design and save as a vector format. We can open it in our command and cut software, and we can cut it. And we can do some things to it before we do cut it. We can change the order, we can change the direction, we can add lead-ins, a bunch of details to get a perfect part.
Using this machine is easy. Once you understand a little bit about a CAD program or a draw program, and this comes loaded up with software, we're going to show you how we do it step by step. Let's go ahead and put a part together. We're going to make that receiver plate.
There's a bunch of tools in here that I can use to make any shape I want. I can start with a rectangle, and I can draw it on the screen. I can change the size of it. I can put a radius on the corners. I can either do exact dimensional drawings, or I can do visual drawings as well with this program. That's the nice thing about Corel. It's not just a CAD program, it's also a graphics program. So there's my receiver. We give it some dimensions, 0 and 0, and there it is at 0, 0.
That's for coordinates for the machine.
So I have a reference to draw from. I need a benchmark.
Right.
Everything starts from 0, 0.
Okay.
I'm going to start with this in the middle. I'll make a couple keyholes just to keep this simple. I'll try to make them about 1/2 inch wide. And I'm also going to drag a radius onto that. Then I'm going to make a circle. You want to get the whole toe hook through, so let's make it about 3 inches. I'm going to stick this on top of this, and I want to make sure that this is centered. Let's put this 6 inches off this way, -6.
Because we're 6 inches from the center.
Yeah. And then I'm going to make this 6 inches from the center too, so it lines up. Now I'm going to take this part and weld it to this part. Hold down the shift key, I grab 2 objects, hit the weld function, there I have a keyhole.
Great. Now this is what we're making here is a plate. You have your 2-inch receiver goes in there, toe hook will go through the slot into that keyhole.
That's right.
All right, now we want to duplicate that the other side.
So we'll drag this over this way, and right click, and there's another one. I want to make it as a +6.
So now they're all equidistant from the center of that.
Yeah, and they're all lined up at the bottom. Now I'll make another box around this. What do we want to make it? We'll make it, what looks good here? I'm close, there's 19.33. Let's make it 20.
20 by 10?
And I want it to be lined up at the bottom. Let's just take this rectangle and drag it a little bigger.
Okay, that started off as our original 2-inch square, okay.
Yeah.
Now we're up to about 4.5.
Let's make this piece 1 inch thick.
Okay.
We'll put that guideline at -2. Guidelines are handy, so you don't have to have dimensions. You can visualize where it is. Mm-hmm. That's lined up.
Okay.
Now I also want to, I'm going to make a circle that fits in here. I'm going to drag it down, so it also lines up at the bottom there. Mm-hmm. Right click. Make another one. Over to this one. That's in the center of that. I just made that circle for a reference. I don't need that anymore, so I'll delete that. Now I want to weld all these pieces on here. Boom.
There you go.
I'm going to cut the radius off of this corner here. I'm just going to grab this node, and drag it up here. Grab this node, drag it up here. I've got some clip art here I want to add to this. And I look in here, I've got a Ford logo. Import. Drag it wherever I want it, drop it, put it in the middle here. I don't want that ring around the outside. I'll select this ring, delete it, and this could be a little bigger. And we must make it exactly 6.
That looks good.
This edition of Motorhead Garage, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology. And by Low-Car Performance Products, quality plain and simple. And by Original Parts Group, the world's largest source for GM A-body parts and accessories. And by Shark Hide, one great product, thousands of uses.
Hi, welcome back to Motorhead Garage. Well, Ken's got this all set up in here, and you can see this is a receiver plate, 2-inch squares where the tubing's going to go in, place for your tow hooks and your safety chains, and he's got a forward scroll emblem on it, obviously going on a nice Ford truck. So we got everything all set up. What's the command to go?
D is do it.
D is do it. Okay, well, I know the E is for the exhaust fan.
Yeah.
Gonna make some smoke.
Make sure you know everything's all ready to go here, because as soon as you push the enter key, there's going to be action.
We're ready to go?
Enter.
Enter.
Yeah. I've been watching this for 20 years and I never get tired of it.
Yeah, this is fun. There's no doubt I'm going to have one of these.
It looks great when the parts drop out, huh?
That's when you know you got a clean cut. Now, when it gets all that done, then it comes and cuts the perimeter.
Yeah, you reorder all that when it comes into command and cut. All the stuff you didn't do in Corel, you leave it in the order and the direction. Five years since we were two guys?
At least, yeah.
That was fun.
Absolutely. All right, you want to move the table that way?
Yeah.
All right, let's pull it out of here. You got the glove.
I do. That's a nice looking part.
Now, Ken, I shut the exhaust off. You could see there was no smoke in here. It all goes out the exhaust. And this thing, how thick a metal will this cut it?
This plasma cutter is a Hypertherm Powermax 65. It'll cut up to 3/4 inch.
This whole setup here, like you saw it, ready to go, $23,000.
23, and you can cut 3/4 inch plate all day.
I'll tell you what, this is a great thing. You guys in the shop doing metal work, you get your money back in no time. Stick around, we got a lot more coming here at Motorhead Garage.